So today we have the celebration of Research Without Borders, a festival to celebrate the achievements and the output from our research students. And our research students do fantastic work, which is assessed by their peer community. They present at international conferences, but this is an opportunity for them to showcase their work to the wider university community and also the partners in the city. So the Colston Hall is a fantastic city venue where we can engage with the local schools, the public, the external industrial partners, and also the students are able to show their work to other disciplines. So students from economics showing their work to the chemists, and chemists are showing their work to the medics and the economists. So it's a real good atmosphere to demonstrate the quality of the work that is done in Bristol by the PhD students.
So my name is Kate MacLeod and I have come from Clifton College. I'm a chemistry teacher there. We had a bunch of students that heard about the Research Without Borders exhibition. They wanted to come and have a look, and so I brought them down here to have a look and see what was on offer. The students have had a fantastic time today. They've had a chance to look and engage with a whole wide range of different research products. They've asked some good questions, and I think they've been inspired by the kind of research that is out there that they could possibly get involved with in the future.
So I'm a psychology PhD student and I'm investigating the relationship between anxiety disorders and alcohol use. I think it's really important to communicate your research to the public because as researchers we are using public funded money, and it's important to show the wider public what we're spending that money on. Also, I feel like my topic has important implications for society. It's a mental health topic and it would have benefits for society if more people were aware of the relationship between anxiety disorders and alcohol abuse.
So this is a fantastic celebration of research at Bristol. For me, what makes the university such a special place is the sweep of research activities from archaeology all the way through to zoology. And that really is brought to life through this event. You have literally 100 of really top quality PhD students presenting together, creating together, challenging each other in creative ways, sharing their new ideas. And that energy and that creativity and that innovation that is ultimately going to lead us to solutions for some of the real challenging issues of our day.
A lot of time you're just spent in the lab chugging away at the same question, and it gets very monotonous and you sort of forget why you're doing it in the first place. But being here and actually talking to people who are genuinely interested and excited about your stuff, and it makes you realise that it is exciting and interesting and worthwhile. And it's really nice to regain some of that enthusiasm for your own research as well.
My research is about bone structure and how it responds to forces from tool use in humans and Neanderthals. There's been a lot of people at my stall, which I've really enjoyed. They've been interested in how it affects them, the potentials for its use, and also the intricate bits of how it works. It's a fab thing for PhD students to do, and I would recommend it to everyone.
But it's not just been today's festival, it's also been a series of evening discussion events leading up to today's celebration of research excellence. So in the last 10 days leading up to the festival, we've had 4 evening events, each one with a university research institute. So the broad topics of health, big data, living with the past, and the environment have been the topics for city centre discussions at places like the Watershed and the Bristol Energy Hub. And we've had PhD students introduce these complex topics from a number of different perspectives. And then there's been tremendous engagement with members of the public, questions that are real to them, which will help our students sort of in shaping their research, in defining the questions that they will address in their work.
So I think tonight was really good. It was one of my favourite things I've done as part of my PhD potentially. So you quite often find, I quite often find in my research that you end up getting very, very discipline specific questions on your work a lot of the time, and actually having questions from what was I guess surprisingly engaged panel, that you get questions which have a real different perspective on things and actually make you make you question a lot of the different aspects about your work which you wouldn't have necessarily done anyway. So I really enjoyed that. I also met some wicked people who were also PhD students and in a reasonably similar situation, so you can share the stresses of PhD life and stuff like that. So it felt communal. Yeah, I would totally recommend doing this. So you get some amazing training as part of it. I don't know if so there was this Fox coaching guy who was amazing, and he really helped everyone engage with it. And there were some people who I've done a fair bit of public speaking, but there are some people who you could tell have really struggled with public speaking before, and actually it really helped them come out of their shell and own their work. Like, it's something they're clearly passionate about, but you need to make that case. You need to make it so that other people understand your passion, and actually explaining that, understanding how you can engage with people like that is something I think is incredibly important.
So this event has been going on for a number of years, and what I have noticed year on year is the excitement in the community. And this year we exceeded last year's number of participants, and more than 500 people turned up today. And I think this is a real good demonstration. This event is galvanizing interest, not just within the university, but the wider community in Bristol. And it's a good example of what the university should be doing as a civic university to engage with the local partners. And it is good that the partners are responding to that opportunity as well.